For you guys on YouTube, I had a Facebook live stream earlier. If you're not on my Facebook, you should get on there. For everybody on the Rips Report page and my personal Facebook page, welcome. I'm going to let some people get in here because we have breaking news. The entire Rochester Police Command and Police Chief are retiring. So, what does this mean exactly? I have an article pulled up right now. We are going to get into it. I promise you that. I'm going to pull it up onto my laptop so everybody can see. Just, here we go. So, Rochester Police Chief, entire command staff retire suddenly following protest and death of Daniel Prude. The article is by ABC News. And yeah, let's read this together, shall we? Because I think this was very, very surprising for a lot of us. So let's read this. All right. After days of protest against the Rochester Police Department in light of the death of Daniel Prude, its top officer and command staff announced Tuesday they are retiring from the force. Rochester Police Chief Lovron Singletary said in a statement that he was honored to serve the city in upstate New York for 20 years and commended his staff. However, he said the protest and criticism of the handling of the investigation into the March 23rd incident are an attempt to destroy my character and integrity. As a man of integrity, I will not sit idly by while outside entities attempt to destroy my character, he said in a statement. The members of the Rochester Police Department and the greater Rochester community know my reputation and know what I stand for. His retirement will be effective September 29th. Mayor Lovely Warren informed the Rochester City Council that in addition to Singletary, the entire command staff announced its retirement today. She noted that none of the police brass were asked to resign. Deputy Police Chief Joseph Mortabito was also among those retiring. He had served on the Rochester Police Department for 34 years. Wow. Okay, that's a long time. It has also been my honor to serve this community through these many years, a community I was born and raised in and deeply loved, he wrote in a statement. Last week, body camera footage was released showing the March 23rd incident involving Rochester police officers and Prude, who was 41. Prude's brother, Joe, called 911 to get help, saying Daniel was having a mental health emergency. In the video, officers approached who was naked, and Prude initially complied with officers' orders. Prude was subsequently seen shouting and spitting, which prompted officers to put a spit bag over his head. The officers are then seen pinning Prude to the ground while the bag is still in his hands and eventually goes lifeless. Prude died a week later. The New York State Attorney's General Office is investigating the incident, and 7 Rochester Police Department members have been suspended with pay. So, wow, guys, I don't think any of us seen this coming. Wow. That is huge. So the entire Rochester Police Command is going to retire, including the police chief and his deputy, which is huge, huge news, guys. ABC News broke the news. I just got an alert now on my phone for another, right? So ABC News broke the news. This is huge, guys. Absolutely huge. Now, what does this mean? Because I have been hearing a lot that these protests aren't getting anything accomplished. Well, I would say this is an accomplishment. A big part of the protesting was calling for the police chief and the mayor to both resign. And they successfully got the police chief to resign. So I would call that a win for the protesters, if I'm honest with you, and a win for Daniel Prude. I think it's interesting that they all retired before the investigation had gone through or anything like that. Just fascinating, guys. Like, I wanted to break in. I read this. I had to break in live to talk about this because this is big. And, to everybody watching on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, I love you guys, but this is huge. So the entire Rochester police staff, or not staff, I'm sorry, the entire command staff resigned. Retired. Mayor Brown needs to resign. He is sucking up to the union. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Mayor Brown, if I'm honest with you guys, here in Buffalo. But yeah, so the entire Rochester Police Command retires. Um, Mayor Lovely Warren did say nobody was asked to resign, and I think that is the big news here. So nobody was asked to resign. There was an ongoing investigation, and instead the entire command retired. Now I don't know if this is because of Daniel Prude. We don't know, and hopefully we get more information throughout the night. So when I actually do fast news tonight at 10, we can talk about this more because this is by far the biggest news of the day right now. And this will be a topic we, again, cover at 10 o'clock. But this is huge, guys. This looks like a win for the protesters right now. And, yeah, like that is what they were doing. They were calling for the police chief to resign, and he retired. I mean, which is basically just as good as resigning. The entire command staff is just leaving the fort. I mean, absolutely unreal. And we've seen all the unrest in Rochester, right? We've seen them, how they responded to the protesters. Now things have really escalated. The past 2 days, things looked like they were a little bit better as far as the protesting goes, and there was no violence in that, at least maybe a little bit, but not nearly as much as there was. But this is big news, guys. I wanted to break it and talk about it. I'm glad I did. That's about all the information we have as it is a developing story here. If you're on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're on Facebook, I love you guys. And if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube, that would be cool too. But I will see you guys later on tonight. All right.